A class receives a list of 20 study problems from which 10 will be part of an upcoming exam. A student knows how to solve 15 of the problems. Find the probability that the student will be able to answer all 10, exactly 8, and at least 9 on the exam. So let's kind of list a little bit of what we know. We know the student can solve 15 of the problems out of 20. So can answer. They can answer 15 out of the total 20, right? So 15, choose something. That's what the student can answer. Now that means if they can answer 15 of them, that means they don't know how to answer 5. So cannot answer 5 of them. 5, choose something. Okay. So the 15 and the 5 represent the total 20 study problems. 15 the student can do, 5 the student cannot do. So what is the probability that the student can answer all 10 questions on the exam? So the first one is going to come from this first part where the student can answer all 15. So the 10 is going to come from this 15. So all 10 questions, meaning that the professor chose all 10 that the student can do. And then the probability is out of 20, choose 10. So then you can do the work for this. You would have 15 factorial over 15 minus 10 factorial over 10 factorial, and then all over 20 factorial over 20 minus 10, which is 10 factorial times 10 factorial, and then we just simplify. So we have 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10 factorial over 5 factorial, so I'll expand it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, times 10 factorial. And then, so 5 times 3 is 15, so I'll take that out. 4 goes into 12 3 times. And then 2 goes into 14 7 times. So we're looking at just the numerator, 7 times 13 times 3 times 11. Then let's do the 20, choose 10. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10 factorial over 10 factorial times 10. And then we simplify. 10 factorial. 10 times 2 is 20. Then we have 9 goes into 18 2 times. 8 goes into 16 2 times. And then we have a 4 here, so let's cancel out both 2's. 5 times 3 is 15. 6 goes into 12 2 times. 7 goes into 14 2 times. So now the denominator is 19 times 17 times 2 times 2, which is 4, times 13 times 11. Then we can cancel out more here. So cancel out the 11s, cancel out, I have a 13 here. And then, so we have 21 times 19 times 17 times 4, which is 1,292. So that's a probability that the student can answer all 10. Now let's look at exactly 8 questions on the exam. So that means they can answer 8. That means they cannot answer 2. So the exactly 8 questions is going to come from the first 15 choose R. So they can answer 8. So it's going to choose 8 out of that 15. So 15 choose 8 because they can answer 8 of them. Now they cannot answer 2 of them, so that's going to come from this pool here. So times 5 choose 2 all over the total, which is 20 choose 10. So one thing that can kind of help you out is these R's here, the 8 and the 2, should equal the total amount of questions that are going to be answered, which is 10, right? So it's going to be 10, so 8 plus 2 is 10, and then 15 and 5 is the total amount of study problems. So kind of notice it matches here. 15 plus 5 is 20. 8 plus 2 is 10 here. So I'll leave you to go ahead and simplify letter B. Letter C, at least 9 questions on the exam. So they can answer at least 9. So they can answer 9. That means they cannot answer 1. And then they have the 10. Then that means they can answer all 10 again. So we can use that information from before. So at least 9. So that is going to come from the 15 that they do know. 15 choose 9 times 5 choose 1. And then again, that's all over the 20 choose 10. Then we also have to include 10 questions on the exam. So it's going to be the first one we did with the A. So then it's going to be 15 choose 10 out of 20 choose 10. And that's how we find the probability the student can answer at least 9 questions on the exam. So I'll go ahead and do the math for this. I'll pause the video and then give you the answers. All right, so here's all the work for it. I think earlier I forgot this other 10 when I did the 20 choose 10. So 20 factorial over 10 factorial times 10 factorial. And then so I simplified. You end up getting 225 out of over 646. And if you plug it in the calculator, you get 0.348. And then for this example here, you would get 49 over 323 after all of the simplifying, which is approximately 0.152.